Yo there, dudes and dudettes. It's your friendly neighborhood Jax here, and today's topic is something I'm very adamant about: heroes who get the fucking job done. With the recent success of Deadpool and the Punisher now being added to Marvel's Netflix series Daredevil, I figured I'd do a video on my personal top 10 heroes who know when to kill the villains. Just get it done, get out the way. Because I'm so sick. Just so you guys know, I fucking hate that trope of, if I kill him, I'm no better than him. So, technically that means Goku's no better than Frieza then? Or hell, Saitama's no better than Deep Sea King. Or hell, Harry Potter's no better than Voldemort. Or you know what, Blade's no better than Deacon Frost, etc., etc. I can go on. And I'm not dissing heroes who, don't kill their villains because morally, like Batman has a lot of issues, so if he killed the Joker, that wouldn't mean the Joker wins, and then Batman will become the Punisher, and he doesn't need to become the Punisher. But this is just a top 10 list of my personal favorite. Why top 10? Because I'm an OG and I like to keep it OG status, not no 11s or top 7s. Fucking Dolphin Boy.
Number 10, Spawn.
Your worst fucking nightmare.
Now, if you grew up in the 90s, Spawn stuff was everywhere, and it grew to be really popular. It had action figures, an animated series on HBO, and a live-action movie. And before it lost its fucking mind in the story department, it was all for the character of Al Simmons, who in life was an assassin who murdered and sent to hell for all his atrocities. He is given the chance to return by joining Hell's army so he can see his wife again, where they give him demonic powers. And returning to Earth, he uses these powers to take revenge on those who killed him and dispose of the scum of the Earth taking advantage of innocence. He's one of my favorites because of the uttermost brutality towards the criminals he faces. Rapists, serial killers, mafia. Dexter Morgan himself would blush at what Spawn did to these bastards. While the movie wasn't that great and the show fell off after the first season, it was still sweet to see the emerald-eyed demonic hero take down this scum.
Who is
About to take your head off.
Number 9. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is coming up in popularity, especially since she's about to hit it big in Batman v Superman. But this beautiful Amazon not only kicks ass for the Justice League, but is the lady you do not want to cross. Unlike Superman and Batman, Diana as a warrior princess has no qualms taking out the trash when needed to. And to add to that, she doesn't have a kryptonite. Literally, the only way to stop her is to tire her out to the point she cannot continue fighting and die of exhaustion. Before, a lot of folks used to make fun of me for loving Double W, but she proves how she's one not to be effed with. Number 8. Deadpool. Okay, this one I'll make super quick. If you've seen the live-action movie, spoilers, so skip this. There is a monologue Colossus gives to Deadpool at the end about being a hero and doing the right thing. And Deadpool's response made me stand up and applaud. When there are psychos around destroying lives, let this psycho bump back, even if he gets a bit distracted from time to time. Number 7, Saitama. The literal one-punch man. The Cape Baldy. You knew he was gonna be on the list. You already knew that. Literally, he gets the job done and is bored doing it. No one in his universe can match him, and when he shows up, the villain should just pack it the fuck in and leave. The best way to think of Saitama is literally imagining Superman not holding back on any of his punches when fighting any of his rogue gallery. If you're a common threat, you'll get a chop or finger flick, but if you're shown causing mass death and destruction, watch the fuck out. Number 6. Dexter Moore. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I mean, I do love him, and I think the Dark Defender's great, but those last few seasons made me question, so let's move on to our next one. Number 5. Kid Goku. Now, some of you may be thinking, why is Kid Goku on here? He's so adorable and lovable and naive. Goku, as a child, killed so many people. He didn't even have the slightest hesitation to kill his enemies. He massacred the Red Ribbon Army, was actually out for blood against Tambourine, and again, didn't even flinch at the thought of killing King Piccolo. Kid Goku showed no mercy to absolutely anyone. You think when he was hitting the Red Ribbon Army, they were just unconscious? He was breaking bones and necks with the force he was hitting them with. Goku destroyed King Piccolo and his minions without hesitation for what they did to Krillin and Master Roshi. He thought he killed Tao. Hell, I can see why Akira Toriyama said he wasn't meant to be a role model like I did in that last video. But he got the job done. That is until Android 8 and Kami had to tame him.
Not yet. I have to finish him. All he ever does is hurt people. If I don't end this right now, he'll never stop.
Oh well, after Frieza destroyed Earth and Resurrection F, I hope Beerus and Wiz got it back into his head that if you get the chance, you end it. Number 4. Wolverine. We're finally getting that R-rated Wolverine flick, and it's been well deserved. You have a character who kills God knows how many in the comics by gutting and stabbing in bloody ways, and you try to PG-13 that? Thanks, Deadpool. Wolverine is really the guy you call in when you want shit done without questioning your own morals. He'll cut a bad guy's head off without a second thought, then light a cigar and get on with his day. There's a reason he's one of the most iconic badasses in fictional history. He has a sympathetic past, and underneath it all, he has a heart of gold, or well, adamantium, whatever, nigga. Anyways, if he's on your side, consider yourself lucky.
Do I feel lucky?
Number 3. Venom, the Lethal Protector. Venom is my favorite comic book character ever. I love when villains become good guys, and when he teamed up to help Spidey fight Carnage in the comics and in the PS1 game, I loved him. Even though he started off rough and has a twisted sense of morality, he won't let bad things happen to innocent people, and for that, he's cool in my book and has a spot on this list. Number 2. The Punisher. My personal favorite anti-hero. He is what would happen to Batman if he finally gave in and killed the Joker and just went off the rails, and I personally love it. Ever since his family was caught in the crossfire by the mob, he's made it his mission to punish all those who bring fear to those who prey on the fearful. With his iconic skull and more weapons than a G.I. Joe, he's made it hell for those who commit felonies while he's around. No doubt he is messed up in the head, and if you've ever read the comic series Born, you can see he was always teetering on becoming broken, but thankfully he was using his skills for good. Aggressively, but hey, if you were kidnapped by a cannibal, you smiled with glee when you saw that ivory symbol. And the number 1 hero who gets the fucking job done? Future Trunks. He is number 1 for a reason on this list. I think this is the best example of a sane protector. Some others on this list seem kind of off mentally, and they are, but Future Trunks, he is kind, he is polite, he is thoughtful, and he is very humble. But if you are a threat to humanity, he is one of the most lethal killers you will ever face. He does not give a fuck. He will end you and then go on about his day knowing he did good. It's like he has the kind, caring side of Goku and Gohan, but the ruthless side of Vegeta, and that's why he's my number 1 bad fucking ass.
Well guys, that was my top 10 video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling really generous, check out my Patreon page, because donating really helps me a lot and I really appreciate it greatly. And like I always say, keep calm and booyah on. And don't forget, Momentai. And tell me who's your favorite badass.